Alright, so we're going to run a TIR session. First, I'll check with you. Are you comfortable, sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Good. And you're not tired or hungry?
No, I have had a little nap and I had something to eat, so I should be fine.
Okay. Let me just fix my microphone here. Alright. Is there any reason not to start the session?
If you give me another very, very short moment, I'll disconnect one more phone here, so now that's done. No, no more reason.
Okay. So just give me a minute here. Alright, so this is the session. Alright. So we talked about finding an incident, and you originated one involving the birth of a calf.
Yeah.
Right. So when did it happen?
I don't have the exact date, but it was in April 2011, I would say around the 20th of April.
Okay, very good. Where were you at the time?
This was here on the farm in Schwarzenberg, outside on the meadow.
Alright. How long does the incident last?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Alright. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Yes.
Good. What are you aware of in the incident?
At this point, I'm aware of a sunny meadow with a lot of trees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking west, and there's my farmer is with me, and there are cows and big and small cows on this meadow.
Alright. Go through the incident silently to the end. Alright, tell me what happened.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened, but I must add that this short incident was followed by 3 months of constant pain and inability to walk. I don't know whether to count that into the incident, but I think rather not. So what happened was that the farmer asked me to help him hold a little calf that had been born a day or two earlier, so that he could attach earmarks. In Europe there's a law that you have to, each cow has to wear 2 earmarks.
Yeah.
And they are attached right after birth. There's a 1 week's time to attach them. And that little thing was so strong that I couldn't hold it. And so finally I decided to sit on it, to hold it down, for the farmer to hold the ears and attach the earmark. There's a tweezer kind of instrument that is used to put these earmarks on. And that very, very fresh little animal was so strong that it threw me off backwards. When I was sitting, it threw me off backwards, and my right knee, which is damaged from earlier events, snapped out of the joint and immediately afterwards back in.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely painful, and then I had 3 months of being unable to walk, really, and still had a very hard working time on the farm because I couldn't stop working. I had to do everything as if I had nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. So I understand you had the 3 months of pain from it.
Yes, but the incident itself was a short thing. I was just thrown off that little calf's back, fell backwards, and
Mm-hmm.
the knee snapped out of the joint and back in the right knee.
Thank you. All right. Go to the beginning of the incident.
Yeah.
All right.
And then,
Okay. Go through the incident silently to the end. All right. Tell me what happened.
yeah, I see a little more now. I was first very reluctant to go with him because he's dominating, and I cannot really deal with that very well.
Uh-huh.
But as always, I then overcame that and went out with him. And he told me to hold that little cow. So I hold the little cow, and I'm not strong enough. It always finds a way to wiggle and get away. Finally, first there's a moment of I cannot do this, and then I overcome that too, and I say, okay, I will show you. And I sit down on it, and it really goes down, and I can sit on it, but only for a moment, because then it wiggles itself out to the front and throws me backwards, and my knee snaps. And here I think, oh Jesus, no, I have some months of agony to come, because I had that knee snapped before.
Uh-huh. All right. Yeah, I understand it snapped before, and right now we will stick to this incident. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
That same story that I already told you,
Uh-huh.
with the additional very ugly end that my farmer could starts to laugh like mad and finds that horribly funny how I'm sitting there silly on the meadow with my jeans dirty and grassy and there's a little soil and earth on them.
Mm-hmm.
And he has not realized at all in what horrible pain I am, and has no idea how long that will take to heal. And I'm really very angry about this fun that he has at this incident.
Mm-hmm. I see. All right. So, is an earlier similar incident?
It is, yes, it is similar in that it the same as knee has snapped,
Yeah.
but it has nothing to do with a farm or a farming.
Right. But it was an incident when then you had a snap in the knee.
The same knee gave up when I was up on the ladder. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just the same, exactly same thing, because that was injured in childhood, and ever since that knee was not really stable. Um,
Right.
I got it stable for a while, but this year in 2011 it went unstable again.
I see. So the incident on the ladder, when did it happen?
That was something like I was 20 something, 23, 1970, 1977, something like that. Yeah, 1977, and it was a warm season.
Mm-hmm. And where were you at the time?
That was in my apartment in a road that's called Grüngasse in Vienna.
Uh-huh. All right. How long does the incident last?
A few seconds only. I mean, some events leading up to that, but the incident in itself is only a few seconds.
Right. You say some events leading up to it?
Yeah, like I'm deciding that I will renovate, and I'm making plans how to do that, and I buy materials, and finally I have everything together, and I have cut some pieces of styrofoam and go up the ladder, and then the incident comes.
Right. Uh, Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Good. What are you aware of?
I'm on that ladder
Mm-hmm.
in a very good mood. Um, I'm a young lady in her first own apartment, and I've decided it is very grubby and dirty, and so I've decided to renovate it. And I've made a very creative plan to put styrofoam tiles on the walls and ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I've prepared everything, and now I'm up on the ladder doing that, gluing it to the ceiling.
All right. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me what happened.
That is mind-boggling because there was no warning. I did nothing wrong. In that incident with the little cow, that was risky because I knew that my knee wasn't good and I risked it. But on that ladder, I risked nothing. I was standing on the knee, on both knees actually, on both legs, completely normally, and I made a step, and suddenly the upper part of the leg, up above the knee, is standing beside the lower part of the leg, and my whole weight is in the tendons that keep the knee together.
Oh.
It was immensely painful, uh, 10 times more than the calf incident.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to somehow get down. I mean, it did snap back, it didn't stay beside.
Uh-huh.
But it was so painful that I got completely nausea, nearly to the point of throwing up. And that project was over. I couldn't make myself finish it at any later time.
Mm.
Very, very, very serious for me because I was broken about the idea of renovating anything for many years.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I see. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
yeah, it is. I'm in a wonderful, positive mood at the beginning, and very ambitious. I've spent quite a bit of money for materials, and I'm now up on that ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And then my body betrays me completely. It completely lets me down, and pain is so intense, and that I nearly throw up from it. And somehow, I think there must have been a moment where I came close to losing consciousness, because I remember that I held myself to the ladder to somehow stay there and
Mm-hmm.
not pass out. And I was at the point of passing out from that pain.
Oh.
And somehow I made my way down. That knee, of course, didn't carry my weight anymore, so I did it with the left leg only.
Uh-huh.
And I sat down on the floor or on some cushion that I had there, and somehow tried to collect myself. Of course, that also needed months to heal. Of these months, I don't remember much.
Uh-huh. I see. Thank you. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
Yes. The outside story is the same as before, but I now remember that I had a huge shock. It was I could feel it in the area of stomach and chest,
Uh-huh.
and there was a terrible outcry of, why is this happening? Why me?
Uh-huh.
And then somehow, but I cannot see how that happened. Afterwards, I was broken in the area of renovation. I couldn't tackle it, any renovation anymore.
Uh-huh.
I was as if I had completely withdrawn from the whole idea or the whole mindset of renovating. My attention went to other things, and I did work, I did writing, I did then I met my husband, later husband, and got pregnant and so on. But never again in that period of my life did I start any renovation.
Hmm. I see. Thank you. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I remember. I remember now that that I thought, oh, the same knee, because that was already damaged in childhood. That will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Thank you. Anything else coming up?
Yeah, there is an intense feeling of giving up, apathy, being punished for something being kind of cursed. I don't know whether this is the right word, but without deserving it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get your communication there. Right. Okay. So you said there was an incident in childhood as well?
Yes, that was when the knee first snapped. That was even worse.
Uh-huh.
I'm still upset about that.
Uh-huh.
It was such a betrayal from my parents. I cannot describe how betrayed I felt.
Right. So this incident in childhood, when did it happen?
I was 8 years old, so that was then in 1962.
All right. And where were you at the time?
That was a skiing mountain with I don't know the English word for such a house, guest house type of building, but very simple, not a restaurant or a hotel of civilization standard, but self-support house where you would sleep on mattresses in the attic and stuff like that.
Okay. How long does it last?
The incident, the very core of the incident lasts only a second, and the thing around it is maybe a minute.
Okay. So we'll take the longer version to cover it. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Yeah.
All right. What are you aware of in the incident?
There is a skiing hill, which I now recognize as an easy hill, and not a slope, not very long, but it is rather steep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a child, and this is my very first time that I'm on skis.
All right.
And I look down that slope.
I see. Go through the incident silently to the end. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You can talk if you want to while going through. It's your choice.
okay, yeah. So I'm through. So
Right. Tell me what happened.
um, I think nobody can believe this. It is insane. My father hands me over at the time 30 years old, very young actually. Hands me over to a lady who he calls a skiing teacher. I don't know whether she can really have been a skiing teacher. I doubt it today. But at that time, she was a skiing teacher, and the lady lets the little girl look down that hill, and now she tells her to go down in a straight line,
Mm-hmm.
straight down that skiing hill. The first time on skis, and I'm in shock and horror, and I think I cannot do this. How is that possible that she asks me to do this? But then I think, well, okay, she's the teacher. She knows how to teach a child skiing,
Mm-hmm.
and if that's the way to learn it, okay, I go down and I do it. And after a few meters, I become so fast that I cannot control that movement at all because I've never been at skis before. I don't know how to ski, not
Uh-huh.
at all. And I fall, and my knee is distorted, and jumps out of the joint.
Uh-huh.
And that was it. I mean, that was my whole skiing career. Many years later, I got back to skiing just a little bit when I was living on a farm where I had to get milk on skis and
Uh-huh.
stuff. But I never really learned skiing, and my knee never got completely stable so that I would dare to learn skiing, because in skiing the knees are the main thing to have.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, after that they carried me up to this building, and I spent, while everybody else was spending a holiday skiing, I was in bed with my knees supported with something,
Uh-huh.
pillows or something, and then later months of treatment with hot light. There was a instrument with light bulbs that would warm the knee,
Uh-huh.
and that, I don't know how long that needed. Oh yeah, and I remember how they brought me down after the end of this holiday in a so-called Akia. It's yes, and there was a hospital, also a hospital.
Yeah.
After the accident, there was a hospital examination. That's where they brought me with the Akia.
Right.
And then back to this building, because the other people didn't want to drive home from the holiday. They wanted to spend the holiday there, to skiing. So I was in the attic and wasting my time or doing nothing. So it felt like forever. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was the story.
Thank you. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, for some reason, although it was very painful physically,
Uh-huh.
for me the upset is much more relevant.
Uh-huh.
The unbelievable irresponsibility to have a child learn skiing in such a brutal way, without any preparation, without any light exercises. Years later, I see so many movies or TV sections where they show the little kids how they are on very flat snow, and they have a lot of fun, and this is all very uh, pleasant.
Uh-huh.
And I had to. For me, this was all destroyed in this one short, crazy idea of have had to go down this hill straight in a straight line without any preparation.
Uh-huh. I see. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident silently to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I could now feel the cold and the wet snow
Uh-huh.
and the motion of the tumbling, because I had quite a bit of speed and I was rolling through the snow quite violently. And then the knee snapping, and I think it kind of pointed into the very wrong direction for a moment.
Mm.
Um, and utter disbelief, shock, terror, um, incredible pain, of course.
Uh-huh. All right.
And a complete breakdown in my trust in my father and grown-up people as such.
Uh-huh.
Complete breakdown was done after that.
Hmm. All right. Is there more to your story here?
Yeah, I wonder why that had to happen. I mean, looks so completely unnecessary. Why do that? Why do such a thing? I cannot understand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident silently to the end. All right. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, the storyline is the same, but I now remember additionally that I was looking up to the grown-up people. I was still not fully grown. At 8 years is half-grown child. They were larger than I, taller than I, and I looked up to them. But I also looked up to them in a figurative way.
Uh-huh.
They know how to do things. They'll tell me how to learn this or how to learn at all. I mean, generally.
Uh-huh.
And I know that after I had stopped moving in the snow, in the first moments where I came to myself again, I knew that I was on my own. I had nobody.
Uh-huh. Hmm. All right.
Yeah, that feeling that remained.
I see. Thank you. All right. How does this incident seem to you now?
Yeah, I mean it is has it's very many years ago, and I've often thought of it, not only in the context of the me, but also in other situations. But right now it was a surprise to realize that in this incident I completely disconnected from the grown-up people. I knew that I was disconnected in my later childhood, but I didn't realize that it was in this moment.
All right. Very good. How does the incident feel to you now?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I have no problem with it. Especially because I recovered later and I built up my ability to renovate, and I also trained the knee and so on. So I have overcome it.
Uh-huh. Thank you. All right. So is it okay that we end the running of it here?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So we'll just do a little bit of grounding. So look around and find something real.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it?
There is a jigsaw puzzle that I did of a painting.
All right. Look around and find something real.
The second jigsaw puzzle, I just recently put them up, for everybody to see.
Very good. Look around and find something real.
Yeah, there are some pillars here.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Look around and find something real.
Corn cobs without corn because they have eaten that for lunch.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
My eyeglasses.
Very good. Look around and find something real.
The monitor.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
The webcam.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
Yeah, there is a bag of nuts.
Okay. How are you doing?
Very good. Very good.
Okay. All right. So we're going to end the session here shortly.
Mhm.
Is there anything you want to say or ask before we end?
Yes, thank you for taking that up. I've never run that. I've never thought of running it. It's interesting that it was still completely untouched.
Hmm. Very good. Anything else?
No, thank you very much.
Okay. End of session. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Good. And you're not tired or hungry?
No, I'm eating and I have a little nap.
All right. And you're taking care of any disturbances that may occur?
Yeah, I still have no door in my office, but the cats are not here now, so I hope it will be fine.
All right. Is there any reason not to start the session? All right. Just a second here. All right. So this is the session.
Yes.
Right. So what we're going to do now is to contact the same incidents that we ran the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we'll run them with deep incident running.
Yes.
And that will be an interesting experiment at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see how it goes, right?
Yeah, I would like to tell you that I did have strange feeling. Right after the session, all was fine, and then I got kind of upset with my father, which hasn't happened for a long time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that thought that may have stirred up something.
I see. Yeah, I understand the context here. Right. So the first incident we contacted was that was the one with the calf, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So move to that incident.
Yes.
All right. How long does it last?
Very short time, a minute maybe. Or not counting the 3 months afterwards where I cannot walk with this damaged knee and have to take the stairs with one leg only and so on.
I see. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Yes.
Good. What are you aware of in the incident?
It is physically a very beautiful sunny bright day, and I see a meadow with cows and my farmer and some fruit trees. I'm also aware of kind of grudge that I have to do with.
Uh-huh. Go through the incident to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
Here are the main stations. First I'm reluctant to do this. And I think, how can he ask me to do this? He keeps doing this alone for 32 years and now he suddenly needs help. But then I try to get this calf and hold it for him so that he can attach the earmuff. And it is too strong. It's only a day old, but it's too strong, so I cannot hold it. And there's a moment where I want to give up. I kind of withdraw energy-wise, and then I make another attack and decide I will sit down on it, and there it has no chance to escape, and then he can do this earmark thing. So I sit down on the card, it wrestles and fights, and finally it escapes, and I fall backwards, and my knee goes out of the joint, and there is a moment of intense pain, and then I thought, oh my god, this will need weeks or months to heal.
Okay. Right. So we're going to take up some of these things you mentioned here. You said there was a moment you wanted to give up.
Yeah, I thought, such a little thing, and he has done this for so many years, he doesn't need me. Probably the calf is afraid of me, and that's why it all gets so difficult. All the cows are used to him, but not to me, because I was on the farm only for a few days. So I thought going away would be the best thing, then he can do it smoothly.
All right. So get this feeling, want to give up or withdraw.
Yeah, I can feel that very strongly. It's a real movement of thinking on and moving, mentally moving away at the same time, backwards, moving backwards.
Right, so get this feeling of want to give up.
Yeah.
Good.
It's not a very overwhelmed feeling of giving up. It's more like annoyed. That's a waste of time. I let go of I give that up.
Okay, giving it up.
I mean, giving it up in the sense of not continuing to do it.
Yeah. So get this feeling of wanting to give it up. Good.
It's like throwing it away, you know.
Yeah, I get the difference. Get this feeling of want to give it up.
Yeah.
Good. And again, get this feeling of want to give it up.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So like to hell with it or something like that.
Okay. Get this feeling of want to give it up. All right. How are you doing?
Yeah, that is biting. I start to yawn. Something is biting here.
All right. Get this feeling of want to give it up. All right. Is it located anywhere in the body or your space?
Feeling. Yeah, it's in front of me, about half of my height, maybe solar plexus area, but outside of the body. It's more away, like half a meter or so.
I see.
And this is I want to go backwards mentally as an energy unit. I want to go backwards, but at the same time I want to throw that cycle away to my left.
All right. Now get this feeling of wanting to give it up.
Yes.
Good. And get this feeling of wanting to give it up. All right. Is it still live?
Doesn't change much anymore, but I can perceive it very well.
Right. So we'll do a few more here. Get this feeling of wanting to give it up.
Yeah.
Good. Get this feeling of wanting to give it up. Good. Is it going flat?
I think so. Yeah, it's going flat now.
All right. So you also mentioned intense pain.
Yeah, that was in at the end when the little guy has thrown me off backwards and I'm on my back, and the knee has snapped out of the jointed back inside,
Uh-huh.
and of course all the tendons are now over. I don't know the English word, dilated, I think,
Yeah,
and overstretched.
stretched
And
and
that is,
violated. Yeah,
yeah, that is vitally painful, terribly painful.
right. And which knee is it?
The right knee.
All right. So see if you can get this pain, this feeling of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And it's okay if you touch the knee or something if you want to.
It's not necessary. It's working
All right.
without.
Yeah, I see. Get this feeling of intense pain.
Yeah, and there is also an internal groan going with that. I didn't make a sound at the time, but there is a groaning feeling at that moment when the pain is so strong. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Well, you didn't express it at the time, is it?
No, because I had a spectator who found this all very funny, so I didn't want to look touchy or something, but it did hurt very much.
Okay. Get this intense feeling of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get this intense feeling of pain.
Yeah, there's also another movement inside that is not the physical body, but kind of the energy body. I don't know what exactly, but it's like an arching movement. That,
Yeah.
you know,
From where to where?
arching the back, throwing the head backwards. I mean, I didn't make this movement because the body was already flat on the floor, on the ground, in the middle, but I can feel it exactly with the groan together. There is this movement.
Uh-huh. Right. I get it. Get this intense feeling of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get this intense feeling of pain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How does that feel on you here in present time in session?
Yeah, that I think that's going flat now. That hasn't changed now anymore. I can perceive it very well, but it is not charged anymore.
Okay. So go to the start of the incident.
Yeah.
Good. Go through the incident and look for any emotions, feelings, and reactions.
Yeah, at the beginning I'm annoyed about having to do this.
Yeah.
Then there's a moment where I enjoy it because it all looks so pretty. It's so sunny and green, and the house looks also peaceful and nice. And the little calf I also like. He's a lively little guy, and that is a nice thing. But it happened several times that I first didn't want to do something to help this farmer, and then when I did it, I started to enjoy it. Yeah, then again annoyed when it doesn't work. a grudge is there that I cannot make it happen because basically I'm good with animals, but this time not.
Mm-hmm.
And then this a bold feeling when I decide, okay, I will show you, I will get your tongue and hold you. No, there's no way out.
Uh-huh.
Then there's a moment of panic when I realize that the knee will jump out again because that hasn't happened for a long time, and I know that each time it happens, it has months of agony following it.
Mm.
And then there's a moment of rest, and I'm on my back, and the little calf is somewhere else, and then I get a wild upset when the farmer laughs so much. He finds that so funny. He, of course, didn't know that my knee snapped, but he found it immensely funny. Oh, that little thing with only 100 kilos threw me off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, thank you. All right, so we're gonna take some of these up.
Mm-hmm.
There was a feeling of being annoyed.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was looking forward so much to this farm life here, but the way he commands me to do tasks is kind of I cannot stomach that. And
I see.
this was another time I said, now you come and do this and that, and then it's over for me because it's so dominant.
All right, so get this annoyed feeling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if other incidents come up, just tell about them, and I'll just acknowledge.
Yeah, they are. I'm only here for not even half a year, but already a million of them.
I see. All right, get this annoyed feeling.
Yeah, that seems to dissolve. Okay.
Okay, get this annoyed feeling.
That is gone now.
Very good. So,
Which is nice. I like that.
huh?
That is nice. I like that when that is gone.
Wonderful. So let me see here. Then there was a grudge. Can you identify that as a feeling?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So get this grudge feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this grudge feeling.
Yeah, that is nearly physical. That has a mass to it.
Uh-huh. Is that located somewhere?
Yeah, that's in the throat, below the throat, very high chest area, and it feels kind of stingy, or it has distinct mass to it.
Yeah, you can touch it if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel it.
All right. Get this grudge feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this grudge feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get this grudge feeling.
Yeah.
Good. Is it still physical to you?
It's changing. It is kind of melting. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tell me when it goes flat, if it goes away or doesn't change.
Yeah.
Now get this grudge feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get this grudge feeling.
Yeah, that has smoothed out now. It feels that same energy. There's still an energy in this location, but it is smooth now and it is pleasant.
Thank you. All right. So are you saying it's flat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's take this up as well. Enjoyment of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly to separate out the different elements here.
Yeah.
So can you get this enjoyment of the scene?
Yeah, it's very, very beautiful because this place where I moved to is one of the most beautiful areas of Austria. I have a wonderful view, and wherever you turn your eye, it is just beautiful. And each time I go out of the house, I enjoy that.
Very good. So get this enjoyment of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get this enjoyment of the scene.
Yeah.
Good. Get this enjoyment of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And again, get this enjoyment of the scene.
Yeah.
All right. And get this enjoyment of the scene. All right. Any comments?
Yeah, it is like, brings a smile to my face when I look into this green country.
All right. Very good. Can we leave it at that?
Yeah, sure. It's
All
not
right.
charged. It's beautiful.
Great. So we move on here. You said you had sort of an attitude, I'll show them, or show.
Yeah, I have this a little adventurous. Now let's play that game, and I will show that little guy. I mean, it was fun in a way at that stage.
Yeah. You want to show that, was it the calf?
I want to show the calf, yeah, to show who is stronger. that was him. Ah, Jesus.
All right. Very good.
So I lost that one.
Great. So we'll leave it at that and move on to the next one. There was a moment of panic.
Yeah, I mean, I had shortly before that happened, I had been moving house, and that was months and months of very heavy strain on my joints, because I had to walk upstairs and downstairs so much with heavy load.
Yeah.
And that knee was not painless. I could feel it all the time.
Uh-huh.
But I thought now, okay, that's now done, and that will now rest and recover. And instead, it jumps out, and from before, I knew that would be followed by months of agony. Yeah, when I realized that there was a moment of panic.
Right. So I want you to get the feeling of panic here. Can you spot that feeling?
Yeah, it's very, very real.
All right. So spot this feeling of panic.
Just a moment, but very strong.
Right. And spot this feeling of panic.
Mm-hmm. This is also like jumping backwards mentally.
Uh-huh. Right. So get this feeling of panic and the jumping backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get this feeling of panic and jumping backwards.
Okay.
All right. Does it seem to have a physical presence?
Yeah, it's in below the throat.
Uh-huh.
And it's like if you turn a spotlight on for a moment, for a few, maybe half a second or so.
Uh-huh.
With that, I know what now happens. This. Oh my God! Now I know what happens next. 3 months of agony.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thought at the moment.
Uh-huh.
I see. All right. So get this feeling of panic.
Yeah.
Good. Get this feeling of panic.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Get this feeling of panic.
Yeah.
All right. And get this feeling of panic.
Okay, that seems to flat or is flat already.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, this is funny. This has just closed down. In the moment where this panic was, it opened up and now it closed down.
Mm. All right. So go to the start of the incident and look for any emotions, feelings, and reactions.
Yeah. There's nothing new except for the one furious thoughts that I'm sending to Kurt, my farmer, when he's laughing so much.
Uh-huh. So there's a feeling of being furious about the... Yeah. All right, so get this feeling of being furious at the farmer.
Oh yeah, oh Jesus, that is strong.
All right. Something more you want to say about it?
Yeah, it is just, if that had been physically, it would have knocked him off. That was very strong.
All right. Get this feeling of being furious at the farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get this furious feeling.
Well, it turns into funny now. I mean, it's really ridiculous, this whole story. So completely useless. I mean, why did I read that?
All right. Thank you. All right. I'll take that as we're gonna end the session here. Is there anything you want to say or ask before we end?
Yes, I have the feeling, I didn't mention it at the time, but I have the feeling that some more moments of grudge and annoyance with this man have also run out with that session.
Uh-huh.
Kind of hijacking, using the same procedure and running out at the same time. That feels very clean now.
Great. Yeah, it's quite routinely that charge from other incidents kind of gets flat.
Mm-hmm. That is very good, because I'm still here on the farm, and if I don't have to feel these grudges anymore, that would be nice.
Great. Anything else you want to say or ask?
Thank you very much. That was a very good session.
Oh, thank you. End of session. All right, so this is the session. Right. So we are reviewing these incidents that had to do with your knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
And from my record I can see the next incident was you were renovating your apartment around, I have it as 1977.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to review that incident with deep incident running, right?
Yes.
So let me just go through the formal steps. So when did this happen?
Yeah, in 1977, before I met my first husband, I had my first own apartment.
Good. And where were you at the time?
That was in Grüngasse. It's the name of this street in Vienna.
Uh-huh. All right. And how long does the incident last?
Only a few seconds, but of course, afterwards it takes months to heal, and before that I'm preparing a renovation of my bedroom.
All right. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Yes.
Okay. What are you aware of?
There's a ladder in front of me, and I'm packed with materials that I want to glue up on the ceiling.
Okay. Go through the incident to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
I'm slowly stepping up the ladder, carefully, because I'm loaded with things and I have no hands free to hold myself onto anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm on my right leg, with the left leg in the air, up to the next step, then suddenly the right leg snaps at the knee, and the upper leg is standing beside the lower leg, hanging in the tendons and tissues of the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Immensely painful and horrible shock, and I somehow get down from that ladder and sit down and gasp for air. I think there may be a point where I passed out for an instant because it was so intensely painful.
Mm-hmm.
And then all these after effects in the body and in the energy body are a real upheaval.
Mm-hmm. I see. All right. So the knee snaps, and then you get this immense pain, right?
And these snaps, so that it is completely apart. One part of the leg stands beside the other instead of on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and hangs in these tendons. And then when I somehow manage to get down, then it snaps back and hurts madly.
Right. So it snaps back on its own.
Yeah, it snaps back on its own.
Uh-huh. All right. So there was this intense pain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So can you kind of get that intense pain?
This disbelief.
Yeah.
I didn't know that this was possible, and it is so painful. I also think I haven't felt such pain, physical pain, before.
Uh-huh. All right. Get this intense pain.
There's a scream forming. It's not coming out of the mouth, but there's a scream forming
Uh-huh.
when that is so painful.
Mm-hmm. All right. Get this intense pain.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And again, get this intense pain.
Yeah, I say again, this feeling, this skeleton, this is impossible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how is it possible?
Mm.
It's not made for a leg. It's not made for that.
Right. Okay. Right. Get this intense pain.
Yeah, that is not dissipating.
Mm-hmm. All right. Dissipating from where? Where was it physically, or where is it?
I've gotten a very vivid replay of it in the knee where it happened, and it seems to be melting now.
Ah. All right. Okay. So, did it blow the pain?
Not quite, but it is in the process of disappearing.
Very good. So, get this intense pain.
Yeah, I think that is gone now.
Hmm. Very good.
It's funny because it feels so oily and soft and smooth. And before that, it's really a big difference. If you want, if that is a wave pattern, it completely changes to a very smooth wave.
You mean here in session?
Yeah.
Oh.
Session, changes the wave pattern in that knee changes from very ragged and sharp to totally smooth and flowing.
I see. Very good. Right. So, go to the start of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident and look for any emotions, feelings, and reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, this is a very very sharp changes here. When I get up the ladder first, I'm full of joy and enthusiasm. Oh, now I will get my first apartment renovated, and I have had so great ideas. And I'm so creative, and I also found the money, and somebody helped me with a machine that I needed. I got it all to work, and then I make these few steps, and then suddenly that happened with the knee. And first total disbelief, how is that possible?
Uh-huh.
Agony about the pain, and then something in me breaks. I'm devastated that this whole project has been ruined, completely wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
So that with that it ends. It is more painful than the physical pain.
Uh-huh. I see. All right. So, get this total disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this total disbelief.
Yeah.
Good. And again, get this total disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
From today's viewpoint, I mean, that looks so funny. It looks like in a slapstick movie, you know, but it is incredibly painful.
Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Get this total disbelief.
Yeah.
Good. And again, get this total disbelief.
Mhm.
Okay, any other comments?
I can feel it in the body strongly, in behind the throat, a little farther down.
Yeah?
Very strong.
Inside the neck or where?
Just below the throat, inside the body.
Uh-huh.
Very deep, amazed. Like you keep your mouth is open for in disbelief, you know.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright. So get this total disbelief.
Mhm.
Good. And get this total disbelief.
Yeah, that fades now.
Uh-huh. Still something there or?
Little.
Yeah. Okay. So see if you can create this total disbelief.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good. And again, create this total disbelief.
Mhm.
Good. And create this total disbelief.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It starts to look funny. I cannot understand why, but it's a completely ridiculous story.
Uh-huh. Alright, wonderful. So we'll move on here to the next item. And what you described as agony and pain.
Mhm.
Right, so can you get this agony and pain from the incident?
Mhm.
Good. And get this agony and pain.
Mhm.
Good. And again, get this agony and pain.
Yeah, there's some words coming.
Yeah,
Why is this happening to me? Of course, they are German words,
yeah,
but yeah, I can feel them strongly.
okay. Yeah, we'll take that up in a minute. Get this agony and pain.
Mhm.
Good. Is that located somewhere?
Yeah, that has to do with a mental posture. I mean, it's not happening in the physical, but this is kind of taking that knee into both arms and agonize over it.
Ah,
That is a distinct movement that I can feel.
uh-huh. Alright. So get this agony and pain.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And again, get this agony and pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems to flatten now.
Alright. See if you can create this agony and pain.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And create this agony and pain.
Yeah, again, that starts to become funny now. Now I'm talking to the poor little knee, oh,
Uh-huh. Very good.
I don't have all the English words, but yeah, it's a very poor little knee.
Yeah, wonderful. Alright. So you had a sentence like, why is it happening to me?
Yeah.
You can say it in German if you will.
Well, it was not in words, but it was in words, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I can say it in English.
Okay. So say the sentence, why is this happening to me?
Why is this happening?
Alright. And say it again.
Why is this happening to me? Why now? I was so wonderful. I made so wonderful progress.
Alright. And say it again.
Why is this happening to me? Why now?
Good. And is that the best wording?
For the moment, yes.
Good. So say it again.
Why is this happening to me? Why now?
Okay. And what's the emotion of the sentence?
Again, disbelief and protest also. This is not fair, it's unfair. I feel I'm treated unfairly. Somebody's treating me unfairly.
Uh-huh. So say it in that tone of voice, put that emotion into the sentence.
Why is that happening to me? Why now?
Good. And say it again. Yeah, what's happening?
Well, I'm getting a later similar. Several actually.
Yeah, you're welcome to talk about them.
That is one of these screenplay writing things that I have had. At that time where I fell down, that is on the ladder happened, I didn't know about screenwriting of events in life, but then later, some years ago, I learned about it, and now it comes together. This was a very early screenwriting prank, and at that time I didn't know that it was screenwriting, but I still had the feeling that somebody was treating me unfairly. It was not okay.
Okay. Thank you. And say the sentence again in that tone of voice you mentioned.
Why is this happening to me? Why now? This is not fair.
Uh-huh. Alright, and say it again.
This is not fair.
Uh-huh.
It's not fair. It's not fair. Oof.
Right, there's emotion there.
Yeah.
Good. So say it again.
This is not fair. This is not fair. Why is this happening to me? And why now?
Good. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up?
it is not fair. Why is this happening? I mean, it's completely unmotivated. I made no mistake. I did everything right. I did everything better than before. I renovated. Before that, I never renovated. I made a step up and I'm punished. This is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't punish people for doing, for growing and for evolving and for expanding. You punish them when they are lazy or you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I understand it. So say the sentence again and put the emotion into it.
I don't get it anymore.
Okay.
Go.
Right, thank you. So we're moving on here. I also want to take up the positive emotion, mainly to kind of separate it out from the negative.
Mm-hmm.
That it could be associated with. So can you get the joy and enthusiasm about your project?
Yeah, that was enormous. I mean, I was so proud. I was really young at the time, and this was my first apartment, and I had figured it out all in my head, and I had completely done every step necessary to implement that plan. It was perfect, a perfect plan, and I was about to do it. And after that, this knee, it was gone, broken, totally wrecked, collapsed and wrecked.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now get the joy and enthusiasm about the project.
Yes. Getting up there, but I do. Oh, now I glue the first pieces up on the ceiling.
Uh-huh. All right. And again, get that joy and enthusiasm.
Yes. I renovate this now. I do this. This is fantastic. I love it.
Good. How does that feel?
Great. I mean, I must say that I just did another renovation project and I completed it, and my ceiling looks perfect because I also had to do a ceiling and also in styrofoam.
Uh-huh.
Different styrofoam and different everything, but I completed it and I'm proud of that.
Great.
Because that such a thing cannot stop me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right. So how does this incident look to you now?
Kind of, I'm proud of it that I could overcome it. But I still don't understand why it happened.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's maybe just an accident. I mean, there is something like randomity also, not only screenwriting and planning and so on. There's also, yeah, I mean, it was damaged before, so it was not a stable knee.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I expected too much from that knee. That could be.
Oh, I see.
Yeah? Maybe I had too much trust. Also, I did know that it was not a perfect knee.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I should have learned that.
Okay. All right. So I'll do an extra pass here just to see if there's anything left to deal with. If that's okay with you.
Sure.
Okay. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go through the incident and look for any emotions, feelings, and reactions.
Nothing new. Yeah, we covered them all.
Thank you. All right, so there's one additional step here. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you've done so.
Yeah.
Good. Go through the incident and look for any thoughts or decisions made under duress or pressure.
Yeah. There's this thought, this will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing that happened in this incident, which has no words,
Yeah.
was that I was broken and useless for renovations for a long time.
Okay.
But needed several years before I started to do anything in that department again.
Uh-huh.
But at that time I also trained my knee with a focus on getting it more stable.
You mean after the incident?
Yeah, years later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take up this thought. This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So can you say that thought, that sentence?
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Thank you. And say it again.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Thank you. And say it again.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Okay, how's the wording?
That is good.
Okay, so say it again.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
All right. And what's the emotion going with it?
Yeah, that is total Entsetzen, what's that in English? Horror. Horror.
Horror, something like that?
Yeah, horror.
Yeah. So see if you can capture the original emotion and say the sentence with that emotion.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Good. And really put the emotion into it.
Yeah. This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Good. And again.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Okay. Are you hitting the emotion?
Yeah, I feel it strongly.
Uh-huh. Good. So say it again with the emotion.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Thank you. All right. What's happening?
I think it is going flat.
We'll do a little more work on it if you don't mind.
It's okay.
So say it again with the emotion.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Thank you. And again.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
All right. And say it once more.
This will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Okay. Any comments?
Yeah, I can see that at that moment it all fell into very narrow road into the future. There was no alternative. That handicap will stay with me for the rest of my life. I can see it looking narrow and fixated. There's no alternative.
Uh-huh.
Like I could train it or it could heal or something like that. There's nothing like that. At that moment I'm certain that it will be a handicap for the rest of my life.
Uh-huh. Right. How does that seem to you now?
I think it doesn't have to be a handicap for the rest of my life. I can treat it with more care. I can train it better, and I think it can become a good me again.
Okay, very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how does the incident seem to you now?
It feels okay. There's no more crouch or anything like that.
Okay. All right. So we'll run a little bit of grounding, and then I'll end the session. So look around and find something real.
Yeah.
Good. What was it?
That is a thermometer on my preserve making pot.
All right. Look around and find something real.
Yes, my webcam.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
For milk cartons.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
A lamp.
Okay. Look around and find something real.
Painting.
Okay. How are you doing?
Very good. Feel very good.
Good. So is there anything you want to say or ask before we end?
Yeah, that was a very good session. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So end of session.
Mm-hmm.
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. And you feel rested and not hungry? All right. Is there any reason not to start the session?
No.
Okay. This is the session.
Yeah.
Right. So we have a third incident that we want to review with deep incident running.
Mhm.
And according to my record, it was a skiing accident as a child.
Yeah.
Right. So when did it happen?
I was 8 years old, so then it was 1962.
All right. And where were you at the time?
That is a skiing tourist camp,
Uh-huh.
sort of building, wooden building with simple mattresses in the attic.
All right. How long does it last?
Only a moment. I mean, it's surrounded with a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, not much.
Okay. Go to the start of the incident and tell me when you have done so.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. What are you aware of?
Looking down the skiing field.
All right. Go through the incident to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
At first, I'm told by my father that here is a lady who is a skiing teacher, and she will teach me skiing. And he hands me over to her, and she tells me go down the skiing hill in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking back to her, thinking that it's impossible, I cannot do that. But then I don't say that, because I believe that she knows better and she knows how to teach people skiing. So I do what she says, but it gets awfully fast, and it gets so fast, I can feel the wind on my face, and I know that I have no control over this whole process. Skis do what they want, and they run away with me, and I fall, and in falling I turn around in the snow, and my right knee goes out of the joint, and it's terribly painful. And after that there's a whole sequence of emergency procedures to get the child, rescue the child and bring it to hospital, and then a long period of waiting until these holidays are over, very, very painful. And then even longer period at home, treating that knee with hot light bulbs.
Right. Okay.
Also a stinky dressing around it, tar, something tar.
Uh-huh. Part of the medical.
Yeah, medical stuff.
Right. Okay. Now you mentioned here it goes awfully fast and you can feel the wind on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get this sensation of motion and wind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, strongly.
Very good. Get the sensation of the wind and the motion.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
There's also a sound of skis in the snow.
Uh-huh. All right. Get this sensation of speed, the wind and the sound and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this impression of speed.
Yeah.
Good. Any comments?
Yeah, it's a big confusion. I have no time to get adjusted to any of that. I'm just starting to get oriented on skis, and the next thing is I'm sent down the skiing hill with the hell of a speed for a child who does the first steps on skis. And I've trained nothing. No, not how to hold my sticks, not how to hold my body or my knees or nothing. I'm just sent down the hill with no preparation, completely unprepared, as if somebody wanted me to fall and get hurt. It's so unbelievable.
Oh. All right.
I mean, I'm sure they did not want that. There was no plan to get me out of a knee for the life, but no preparation, no gradient, no nothing, no nothing.
Mm-hmm. I see. Get the sensation of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this sensation of speed.
Yeah, I have an impulse to look around, but I cannot because I have to look straight ahead. What's there?
I see. Get the sensation of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get the sensation of speed.
Yeah.
All right. How are you doing?
Yeah, that is not changing anymore. I get it strongly, but there's no change.
Okay. See if you can create this sensation of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, create this sensation of speed.
Yeah.
Good. Create this sensation of speed.
Yeah, creating that is very, very fun. That is very adventurous, and I like it. But not in the context of the incident, but as such, that is a nice sensation. I like it.
You mean the sensation of speed?
Yeah, that's speed and wind around your ears and so on. That is something nice and adventurous. If I create it outside of the incident, just as such, it's isolated. Yeah.
Right. I understand. All right. Then there is a fall and you roll around.
Uh-huh.
So can you get the motion of this fall and the rolling?
I'm not sure that I get it all. There's
Right. You can sort of recreate it if that's a better instruction.
the point is that I have the feeling that I went out of the body for an instant or something, and I could not stay in there or something. It was so shocking.
Oh, I see. So you didn't kind of record that motion?
Yeah, I think I didn't record all of it.
Okay.
I do recall the knee thing. I have that very strongly.
Right. Okay. So let's move forward to that. So can you just briefly describe it once more?
Yeah. I'm now on my back. My legs point down the hill, but the right under lower leg pointing away from the upper leg. It is, the knee is separated.
Uh-huh.
And it's very painful.
Right.
And, and I'm looking at that knee through my body as a spirit. Through my body I'm looking at that knee, and I cannot believe it. How can how can the leg be in the right angle? That is not possible.
Oh dear, yeah. All right. So can you get that painful sensation from the knee?
Yeah, this is painful, but it is also a little numbness.
Yeah.
The real pain starts later.
Uh-huh.
And it then really becomes painful in the weeks afterwards. But at this very first moment, it is still numb a bit. It is very painful, but it is also numb.
Yeah. See if you can can get that sensation, pain and numbness from the first moment after the accident.
Yeah, I can also get the moment of snapping.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, that has a certain, nearly a sound in the body, not to be heard with the ears, but it is there is some very typical sound in the body when that happens.
Right. So we'll go over this sequence very carefully. So see if you can get the snapping.
Yeah, the snapping as such is not painful.
Okay. But can you get something from the snapping?
Yeah, I get it, but it doesn't have pain. It is just a motion, and the lower leg goes into an impossible angle,
Mm-hmm.
but the pain comes a moment later.
All right. So get the motion involved in the snapping.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get the motion around the snapping.
Yeah. There is an impulse or thought or both in that moment. Hey, stop it here! That cannot happen. That's not possible.
Uh-huh. All right. I'll make a note of that. Get that motion of snap around the snapping.
Yeah, I'm piling up snow ahead of me,
Mm-hmm.
like a little snow plow.
Uh-huh.
Huh? I can feel that snow. That snow finally gets me too hard because it's piling up in front of me, and then I cannot slide down any farther.
I see. So get this motion around the snapping of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this motion around the snapping.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this motion around the snapping.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get the motion around the snapping.
Oh, there's something funny happening,
Yeah.
which is that knee has not snapped anymore. I have gone down that hill with my legs straight ahead. I mean, I know that it has snapped at the time, but right now it seems this doesn't happen.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me what's going on there.
Right. Okay. But does it feel good?
Feels right. That feels right. Yeah. That would have been an alternative ending for this little movie clip.
Okay.
It would have ended funny, little kid first skiing, falls on her butt, and that's it.
Yeah, I see. All right. So we leave it at this point. And so you talked about the numbness in the beginning, pain, the sensation of that.
Yeah, that is, I cannot get that anymore. Seems that the movie got a different script.
Oh. All right. So let's do this. Go to the start of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Go through the incident and look for any emotion, feeling, or reaction.
I cannot get this whole thing anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm having the picture, and after the picture there's nothing anymore.
okay. Right. So let's move on here to the next step. Go to the start of the incident.
Yeah.
Go through the incident and look for any thoughts or decisions made under duress or pressure.
Very faintly I get this thought, how can they do this to me?
Uh-huh.
But that it looks at this as if that we're coming from a different life, very distant. It's as if the movie has changed. It's different now.
Oh, all right. Okay, so in that case, I still want to do an additional step.
Mm-hmm.
So go to the start of the incident.
Yeah.
Now this time assume your father's point of view in the incident.
Oh. Okay.
Are you all right with that?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay, so assume his viewpoint.
Mm-hmm. He's not there at this point. He has handed me over to the teacher. He is in the picture earlier.
Yeah, but his part of the incident.
Yeah,
It may,
that is earlier. That is when he gives me to the teacher.
right, so go to that part of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And assume his viewpoint.
Yeah.
Good. From his viewpoint, go through the incident to the end.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't like to be my father. This is not a good viewpoint.
I see. But you can go through with it.
Yeah, I can do it, sure, but what I'm getting is not nice.
Hmm?
Oh.
So continue through in his viewpoint to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. From that viewpoint, tell me what happened.
Well, there is this girl, my first daughter, and she's a very unpleasant child because she keeps discussing things with me, and but because I'm such a good father, I have to take her with the other kids to this holiday, and then I'm glad to get rid of her because she's a pain in the ass, and I hand her to this lady to get her an idea of skiing, and then I go, and here I have a very nice upsurge of emotion because now I got rid of that brat and I can go skiing myself. So that joy doesn't last long because I'm called to the accident site where this useless child has tumbled and hurt her knee. And now we go into an odyssey of very annoying and unpleasant procedures, like getting her down from that mountain and getting her to hospital, waiting for hours for an x-ray, then getting her up again, but I will not have my holiday spoiled. She will just wait these few days, 2-3 days or something in the bed, and I will go skiing. So that was it.
Thank you. Again, assume your father's viewpoint. Good. In that viewpoint, go to the start of the incident. Good. Go through the incident to the end.
Yeah.
Thank you. From father's viewpoint, tell me what happened.
Yeah, she is making trouble, and she's always making trouble, and she is always only making trouble, and I wonder how long that will keep repeating itself, because this is a troubled child.
Continue.
Yeah, we go, I want to go skiing, I want to get rid of this child. And I give her to a teacher and think, okay, she's taken care of, I go skiing now. Not so. She must wreck her knee, she must be taken to hospital. I must spend half of my holiday taking care of that troubled child. Annoying, really.
All right. Go to the beginning of the incident. Good. In your father's viewpoint, go through the incident to the end.
Yeah, I'm through.
Thank you. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, my oldest daughter, troubled child number 1, spoils my skiing holiday by getting injured, and I have to waste half of this holiday to take care of her, have her examined in hospital, and my whole fun is spoiled.
All right. Go to the beginning of the incident. Again, assume your father's viewpoint. Go through the incident and look for any emotions, feelings, or reactions.
Yeah.
Good. Tell me what happened.
There is relief when I hand her over to the teacher, because I got rid of her. Then big joy that I can go skiing now. Ha! That is a good moment. Then annoyed that the kid had an accident. Angry that I have to spend my time at helping her and getting her medical attention. So this is all big distances. And hospital is far away, so it needs all hours. And annoyed, bored by taking care of her, and then in the end, when we got home, then I get a better feeling when I can bring her back to her mother. And I get rid of her. So then that's a big relief.
Uh-huh. All right. So get this initial relief from handing her over. Get your father's relief, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay, I get that.
Good. And again, get this your father's relief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this relief.
Yeah.
Good. And again, get this relief.
Yeah.
Good.
I must tell you, this is not a viewpoint I like to spend, to put myself into, you know. It is so depressing to have a father like that.
Uh-huh.
Whew. The more I get of it, the more depressing it is. I mean, I get it all very clearly, and it's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. All right. We'll move on and flatten it.
Mm.
So get this your father's relief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get this his relief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this his relief.
Yeah.
All right. Any comments?
Yes, I get a faint sensation of him being very young in character, a young man, and maybe the child is a little too much for him.
Uh-huh. All right. Now get this your father's relief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this relief.
Yeah.
Okay. And get this his relief.
That dissolves now.
Okay. Right. See if you can create this his relief, feeling of relief.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And create this feeling of relief.
Yeah.
Good. And create this feeling of relief.
Yeah, no, I cannot create it anymore. That's now smooth.
Very good. All right. So now get this his joy of being free of the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get this his joy.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Again,
Yeah,
get
very strongly. I can feel him very strongly here.
uh-huh.
Very young.
You can't get his feel of his body, or is
Yeah,
that?
his feel of his whole body, energy body, his emotional condition at that moment, it is very distinctly him.
Ah, amazing. All right. So get this his joy of being free to ski.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And get this his joy.
Yeah.
All right. And again, get this his joy.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Again, get his joy.
Yeah, I'm also getting his cognition, which we probably never had. And this is that the accident of the daughter is the answer or a comment on his way of treating her, of throwing her away at every opportunity, of invalidating her, fighting her, making her smaller, and letting her down as a leader. This was a message to him. But I doubt that he ever got it.
Uh-huh.
Was
Right.
not a message to me.
Oh. Uh-huh. So how does the incident seem to you now?
That is a totally unexpected turn. Very interesting. His message about I think he never got it. Very, very interesting.
Right. Okay. So let's just do a new pass to see if there's more to take up. So go to the start of the incident.
Yeah.
Right. Assume your father's viewpoint.
Okay.
Good. And in his viewpoint, go through the incident to the end and look for any emotions, feelings, and reactions.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I get something new here.
Yeah.
I've also seen all the things that I told you before. But there's something new here which is a very disconnected farm spirit condition. And on his being on his own. No guidance, no dialogue with spirit or anything. This man is very lonely.
Uh-huh. I'm not quite sure I understood it right.
So a condition where you cannot feel the connection with the bigger body of spirit.
Yeah.
People call it God or whatever they call it.
Uh-huh.
But he has no feel of that. He's cut off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can feel that very strongly.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay, so get this cut-off feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for him it appears as independent, and it appears as something positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, independence. For him, this is independence.
Ah. All right. So get this cut-off feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this cut-off feeling.
Yeah. Yes, underneath that is a sadness.
What's that?
There's a sadness underneath the joy of independence. There's a sadness about being cut off.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, they are layered. A layered feeling is that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's do some more work on the cut-off feeling.
Mm.
So can you get this cut-off feeling of his?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And again, get this cut-off feeling.
Yep.
All right. Get this cut-off feeling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Get this cut-off feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. And get this cut-off feeling.
This is not changing now anymore.
All right. So can you create this cut-off feeling?
Not really. Something I cannot create. Sorry.
What's that?
I cannot create that. It's unreal to me.
Okay. All right, but it went flat.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So you said there was a different, another feeling underneath, sadness or something?
Yeah. There is a part of him that knows that something went missing. And it is completely underground.
Yeah.
I feel that it is kind of crying silently.
I see. All right. So get this sad feeling.
Mhm.
Good. Get this sad feeling of his.
Mhm.
Good. Get this sad feeling.
Oh. That went wrong. This part of him called me into his life. But he he had no idea what was going on there.
Uh-huh.
Because I could have shown him connection to spirit, but that didn't happen. That didn't work out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I understand that now.
Great. All right. So how does the incident seem to you now?
Very, very interesting story. Completely surprising to me.
Okay. So is it okay if we leave it here?
Yeah. I'm very surprised. I'm out of words, really.
Wonderful. All right. So is there anything you want to say or ask before we end the session?
Yeah, that is a perfect screenwriting example, but I never understood it until now.
I see. With the screenwriting, you mean something like destiny?
Yeah, screenwriting of life events. That is very scripted. I mean, he calls me for this connection, and I always thought it had to do with me, but it was his incident. It was made for him.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Thank you. Anything else?
No, but this is really very interesting. I'm very happy that you picked that up.
Great. So end of session.
Thank you so much.
Uh,